Welcome to Comics and the Cross, the greatest content creators you have never heard of. I'm LJ, and today we are here to take a look at Flint, Treasure of Oblivion, developed by Savage Land and published by Microids. A quick disclaimer. The publishers were very kind enough to get us a review copy, and we greatly appreciate it as always. Flint, Treasure of Oblivion tells the story of the titular character. We begin the game seeing Captain Flint and his first mate Billy Bones down on their luck and nearly left for dead at sea. As the player, you'll put together a crew and start from the very bottom to gain everything a pirate could ever want. Flint is a tactical RPG and shares many similarities with games like Baldur's Gate 3 and Divinity Original Sin. For it to even get close to the level of quality that those games are is quite the achievement in my book. Players view the action through an isometric camera angle that helps them get a visual of the environments and battlefields. One of the more unique elements of the game is that the story is told through on-screen comic panels. Between its presentation and tabletop RPG elements, Flint blends two major fandoms that we at Comics and the Cross consume and make content for on a regular basis. When playing the game, you'll notice that dice rolls and cards are important mechanics. It seems notes were taken from Baldur's Gate 3, as all of that will appear right on screen. Since they can't use D&D 5e mechanics, the developers have created their own TTRPG system and must be commended for such a feat. I won't explain all the rules, but characters can only take 2 actions on their turns, and optimizing each action and getting the most out of a turn is very rewarding. You'll even be doing things like skill checks throughout a chapter. Taking advantage of the game's tile-based movement system is also quite enjoyable. At any given turn, I had multiple options. Run up and tackle the enemy to make them go prone, kick a barrel for them to lose their footing, or take the high ground and attack them from above. Flint may still be a video game, but it brought the same feelings I get when I play D&D. If I could see it, I could probably do it. A key ingredient of Flint's mechanics is the card system. You'll equip cards to your crew for them to use specific weapons and tools in battle, but some grant specific perks. For example, one card will let you reroll during an attack or defense. Using that card can either help a crewmate escape a brush with death, or give them the winning edge. In a typical TTRPG, you usually gain these kind of bonuses through character growth or some kind of special item. In Flint, it feels almost as if you're drawing a card when you search the environment, because you'll be finding these in chests and barrels, and you can even stack these up as much as you want. The game's setbacks are few, but they do affect the experience greatly. First and foremost, the lack of accessibility options is sorely lacking. I have a vision disability, and I need to look very closely at the text sometimes. Many games these days have UI settings that can increase UI size and subtitles. These features are likely more difficult to apply to the comic panels throughout the game, but I also feel like those could have been much bigger too, instead of just being pasted over the game screen. Ultimately, the game isn't the most comfortable to play in front of my TV and would serve me much better on PC. And I would have to say the same things about the controls as well. I felt like I was fumbling my way through the controller anytime I wanted to do something. Lastly, it seems that Flint is a very linear experience. Not that the other games I previously mentioned weren't, it's just that I didn't get the exploration or freedom that fans of this genre might come to expect. This seems off, especially when the theme of piracy is all about going wherever the wind takes you. And now for my final thoughts. I have kept in mind that this is a budget title, and that's not a bad thing. At $40, I think it would make a decent gift for the RPG gamer in your life. Flint doesn't break any mold in the genre, but it has a tenacity that I think could be improved upon in a sequel. Sure, it's missing some things that you would really want out of a pirate game, but if it just came back around and loaded the cannons one more time, it would truly have something. Here at Comics in the Cross Gaming, I rate things on a 10-point scale, and Flint, Treasure of Oblivion gets a 6 out of 10. If you enjoyed this review, please consider dropping a like and subscribing for more Comics in the Cross gaming content.